So, good morning, everyone. Officially, our third week now, and we're going to talk about how to solve problems, right? This is the topic of today. And as you know, I'm not here as a teacher, I'm here as a student, and I'm willing to learn and develop my English skills. These immersions are made to help you through your self-esteem and confidence. And of course, you can get ready with the material of this session in the members area where you can reach out questions and a video to prepare yourself better, okay? And we always start with personal presentation. So I'm going to start with Osvaldo. Can you tell about yourself a little bit, present yourself?
Hey guys, good morning. It's always a pleasure to be here, sharing experience and listening you feel. Congrats one more time to be here. I hope that can continue for a long time. Uh, well, uh, yeah, the topic is amazing for me. I'm sure that I'm a good problem solver. I loved that video that you shared some minutes ago, and for example, last weeks I'm solving some next steps, career and life goals and yeah, we will have time for discussing this along with this conversation. And just to finish, I'm developer since pandemic here, and I'm here since last year. Last year, June, the start of June. And yeah, that's it about me.
Very good. And what about you, Diogo?
Hi everyone, morning. I'm an insurance sales manager at Insurance Market with over 20 years experience in sales strategy and relationship manager. I'm here in TALKNTALK since June last year because I need to improve my English skills, especially to talk better. I'm married. I have two sons. Lucas, who is 15 years old, and Rafael, with 4 years old. I don't have a lot of free time, but in these times when I have, I enjoy my time for studying English. Sometimes study another points like to emotional intelligence for my development, for my growth. That's it.
Very good. And Lurian,
Good morning, everyone. I'm Luria. I live in Belo Horizonte. I work as a business analyst. I like the topic today. I think it's a bit of challenge sometimes to solve problems. I consider myself a emotional person, but when it's about problems or challenge like that, I try to be more logical and try to understand the patterns. So we try, right? I'm here since last year, and that's it. Thank you.
very good. Well, I'm Philip, as you can see my name here, and I'm baffled to try this word actually, this new word, and I'm looking for topics where I can discuss a little further questions or things that matter most, in my opinion, especially when we look out in our careers, in our self-awareness, and our journey through our goals. So solving problems is one of them, for sure. And the very first question is, we always, at least for me, I like to bring always a question to bring some kind of context, right? So, are you good at solving problems? And why or why not? It feels like an interview question as well. And I want you not just to say if you're good or not, but also to bring an example if you can. Okay. So, Lurian, may we start with you about the first question, if you're good or not at solving problems, why and how can you explain that?
Yes. So first, I'm trying to be good every time, most because of like I said in my presentation, I try to understand the the patterns, and for the next time, I try to use the experience that I have, you know. So I think this helps me a lot, and I try to see um, I, how I can explain that. I try to see the problems in different perspectives normally, okay? Because sometimes you just want to see in your perspective, in the way you can see. So normally, I like to do this to myself, for my personal life, for some kind of goals I need to achieve, or for my professional life too, when I need to find a solution for a kind of user that in my work, what I need to do. To explain a little, they will give me a problem. Luria, I need to have this in my dashboard. I need to have this. Try to find a way to show me this. So we need to test some kind of analysis. We need to test some kind of hypothesis and try to give an answer, but maybe the most of time is not what the user was waiting for. It was the best option for him. But the example I will try to give is more, how can I say this? It's more like it's not one example, like one moment. I think I will try to give an example about myself. Uh, like I remember I was struggling in my career because of my personal goals, you know what I want. And I remember I participate of a church. What is the name of this in English? It's a kind of a volunteer that we do in church, and they have a lot of dynamics there, and I could succeed, you know, and to solve the dynamics there, because you have a lot of steps. Like the game, you need to solve the first one, the second one. That's it. And I just try to apply this in my life, because in the in the challenge in the church, you need to check all the steps one by one sometime, to understand all the entire problem, you know. And the most of time, I was not trying to understand my problem in my life step by step. I was trying to solve the end. I need to solve the end. So when I could understand step by step, to worry about, oh, for this I need to do this, for this I need to do this, in the end I had the result that I need, because I don't know if I make me understand, because I was trying to solve the small problems to achieve the big one. That's it.
Very good answer, Lurian. Very good one. Very good one. And I think that's the kind of answer I'm expecting, especially when we are talking about it's not like 1 + 1 = 2, right? Questions. It's not like that. It requires more. So thank you for sharing that. And Osvaldo, how about yourself? How do you see yourself solving problems, and how can you bring examples to explain to us how it works for you?
Yeah, like I said in my presentation, I consider myself with good solving skills. And I really like of Mr. President Obama said. I totally agree with him, and I used to do the same approach. So, for example, in my personal one, I have problem with my son's behavior right now, and I'm creating a plan about challenge and awards, to help me and then to manage the situation because some of I don't live with my children. Both of them live with their mom, about my first marriage. So sometimes it's hard to me to handle the situation. So I'm thinking about that, the best way to solve that, and I bring this situation with my therapist some time ago, and I like to listen another point of views about the same situation. Of course, some situation I can share with only trust ones, like this, for example. And for example, yeah, it's important to me listen my parents about parenting, So this is a situation that I like to discuss with my parenting. And about my career, yeah, yeah, I'm this, yeah, let me see, how can I start this answer? I'm defining the best approach to achieve next level in my career. As you know, I'm gonna complete 5 years of expertise in development. Uh, and I started on pandemic, and I'm here not only for improve my communication skills and another language in another language like English for example, but I'm here to getting more good, yeah, more opportunities and good opportunities for me and my family, and I don't know exactly the steps that I'm gonna do, but I think I'm gonna to um I'm gonna hire a person to help me to improve um my career presentation and so on, to get good opportunities for my for myself, and let me see, I think in summary these are two good examples about that, Phil.
Very good, very good. And you, Diogo, how can you bring up this answer?
In my case, I'm considered a good man solver problems because in my career, for example, when you talk about sales, but in one industry that the product isn't tangible, for example, like to insurance, we always days growth in the relationships, and for this is sometimes in how much times because it's important to save problem for our clients. And in this time when we resolve a little or a big problem, your personal, your career, your name stage more important because normally we have another person like to client about brokers with the problems, and this time is the important moment for the broker to gain the customer. to gain the client for next renewals, for example, and that is. And like to any job, any industry, any service, is normally we have day by day many problems. Think about my personal life. I'm considered good too. I guess because since more early, I need to grow without my father because when I have 12 years old, my father stayed sick, and in this time he almost died. And it was necessary for me helping my mother to assume the new position in our family to help him more to we in this time you had the restaurant one pastelaria I think this Dutch word in English and I help my mother with the store, you know. And since this time I was growing uh, and needing with to resolve little problems for my mother, for our family, for my brothers. And I remember one time I was only in our restaurant, and he arrived one old guy, very drunk, you know, very drunk, and he asked me, "Hi, son, I need a little shot with pinga. Here in Brazil, uh, it's very normal, you know, but for me, I had almost 30 years old. See the guy very drunk, almost talked very stronger, very strange. You know, I feel in this time afraid because I was only with a strong guys and I help you for oh no you do you want a little water? Water's better for you or coffee? We have coffee here. And the guy said no, a little I don't know this word in English, pinga.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's very early, almost to 10 p.m. a.m. Do you know? Oh, pinga, no, you necessary water or coffee. It's funny today, but since early in my life, yeah, I need to grow things more faster, you know, because it's necessary because of my history. But today, it's for me, it's very good because I get it always to resolve it, to conduce my problems or my job problems better alone, inclusive. But with the very, I have the pillars like to be objective, direct, you know, and very transparent. Because I guess in this three pillar is better when you had many situations about the problems, especially when there are the stressful situations, you know.
Yeah, and this question reminds me about and you mentioned that we are focused on solving problems at work, and sometimes we also forget to solve our own problems out of our professional life. And for me, it's curious because the other day we were talking about procrastination, and it's an opposite topic that we brought to last week. And when we talk about procrastination, usually we say about our personal things. Oh, I wish I could do exercise. I wish I could travel. I wish I could wake up early. So when we talk about solving problems, it's related to work. When talk about procrastination, it's related to our personal life. So it's interesting to it popped up in my head right now. And I do that the same, like to solve problems at work, I'm good, but when it comes to personal issues or things I want to do and to solve, takes me a while for that. Um, and when you have like something or in front of you, how how do you behave? What's your first reaction when you face a difficult problem or something hard or something that you feel it's huge and you have no idea what to do? So Osvaldo, starting with you first, how is this first reaction in a situation, a hard or tough situation?
I don't take action without have sure about something. It's the first thing that I put my mind. I like to think about different aspects, points of views, to define the best approach to attack some issue. And I can bring job situation that I lived to show that. I had a task in my current position, current role, about to create a permission system for a banking product. The banking, the company banking product, and we had no idea how complex could be that assignment. And my action about that was I had an appointment with the software coordinator by the time to help me to define the best approach firstly. After that, I've started the data pattern to use in my part of my development, because I work on a front end part, and of course we needed of a back end one to solve this big problem. And after that, I had some meetings with the back end developers involved in that task. And when I started to do that task, I realized that a lot of stuffs about usability would be changed along this way, and I needed to make a lot of meetings with another teams like requirement analysts, and we could deliver that after a lot of trying, along this way, because the way that I decided to implement that was totally different about another company's product. Uh, but in the end, we delivered awesome result, because the all permission system was completely systemic one, without manual intervention by developers and support. No, so the users can completely define the permissions in entire system. So yeah, in summary, that was the situation, and we could bring enabled we could enable we enabled the user role management, and yeah, make data more privacy. And yeah, that's it. I think that's it.
Great. And Lurian, how is it for you, the first reaction? Do you have the same behavior as Osvaldo, or it's completely the opposite? How is that for you?
For me, I can separate this in two kind of problems. Of course, we have a lot, but at least for my reaction is two kind. Like I said, I don't know why, but I'm so logical for a lot of problems. Uh, I don't change myself because of the problem I'm seeing. So when I see something, I just react and I solve. And I'm saying this for uh, problems in general, okay? Not like big complex ones, like things like in our routine. So, this, okay, let's do this. Okay, all right, good one. And I do. But of course, I have other problems that you affect me more because of who I am, because my goals, because of these kind of things. So, like I said about I'm emotional and I'm a logical person, is because of that. Like sometimes my mom said, Luria, I want to have your capacity to be calm in this situation. How you can do this? And I'm just calm. Looks like I'm not affected anymore because of a problem. I just, let's go there to take, react like normal, and go back. Just leave. Like yesterday, we had small problem with my father, for example. I need to solve. My mom was really worried about, and I just went there. I did what I need to did, and for her it was a big problem. She was okay. But when the problem affects me, like in my hurt and my feelings, normally I cry at the first moment. Okay, I need to say that. It's just normal. Let us cry a little, because cry is not just cry. For me, cry is a way to release,
Yeah.
right? So I just cry, and I don't mind. Like my people, "Oh, you cry, don't cry." No, let people cry, guys. Let
Let
people
me cry. I want
let
to
me cry.
cry.
I want to cry. And this is good for me. Second, I have the moments of frustration, of course, of sadness. And what is the problem is because I consider myself a positive person, an energy person. I like to see joy. When I have a problem that affect me, this problem will take my energy. And I realize that all the time, like I said, oh my God, I'm not myself. This is changing me, and I hate. So I am obliged to solve this because I want to be myself. I don't want to be something else. So I will be frustrated, of course, sad, cry, but I will have my light moment, and I will try to solve as much fast I can, the way I can. It's depend of the problem, professional, personal one, problem with my family that I have a lot, by the way. So it's like that. I try to, my first reaction when it's a deep one, or maybe if I'm not in a good day, is to feel it, the problem.
Yeah.
And after I will just try to find a way to solve.
It's interesting that you bring that up, because usually people think like when you realize who you are and how you react to things or behavior and stuff, you know what's the best for you. So I want to cry and I'm gonna cry. That's how I behave. It helps me. And other people they don't, because they have other behaviors. And I'm thinking about myself when I have like something really extraordinary, different, and very painful. My first reaction is really I feel like I'm really immersed on that, and I need to talk to someone. Instead of crying, I need to speak, and I need to share the situation so I can really put that out of my mind, So when I speak, I can hear myself, and then after speaking out, I can realize, oh, what can I do with that? How can I face this situation? And yeah, and for me, speaking, it's like I don't know, it's everything basically. So working with the community as we have and the focus on speaking rather than any other ability, it's on purpose. You know, it's not just like, oh, because of course, it's intuitive that when you learn a language, you need to speak. But more than that, when you need to live in this world, you need to control your speaking. And how do you do that? Practicing. And I'm not talking about language, you know? So a situation with your boss, with your wife, your husband, your children, and with a stranger on the streets. So that's what we are working here, and especially with the topics. So try to bring different topics and harder topics as a host in the advanced training process, because that's how we evolve, we develop ourselves. So instead of just regular and easy topics, oh, how did you learn English? Oh, do you like to, you know, it's cool and it's nice, everybody loves that, but it's more than that, you know, when you need to use a language as a tool and to understand yourself. So self-awareness. Diogo, and how about yourself? How do you react in tough moments? How do you see yourself in a big situation, you know?
Sure. I agree with you, Luden. It's because sometimes I want to cry, for example, and almost never I get it. Why? I don't know, because this since last 2 years, for example, I did therapy too, because it's really important. I don't believe, I didn't believe in the past, but nowadays I consider it really very important for our development, our growing, our mind, you know. It's important. And I have, I don't know, the one or two special consideration about this, but I like, I can talk it, for example, with small problems. So as another day, my faucet broken again. I had
Oh,
it's incredible. I had fixed 1 week before, more time, the faucet
do you,
broke it again. You know,
and do you care whose fault is the problem? Do you care about who did that, who broke, or
for I know
this
only.
on not just in this situation, but for everything else?
No, normally I request the insurance policy, the 24 services for helping me for fixing anything like to faucet, like to another day, for energy, principally to not to change the lamp, for example, but another day it's like too little explosion, you know, because the conductor is not so good, for example. In this case, like you request the service insurance. But like to my car another day, it's necessary to change one piece about the uh, I don't know, the motor, for example. These little things stayed very crazy for me, because I stayed very stressful when this happened. But if, for example, when you have a bigger problem, when I don't talk about my feelings for them, it's more easier for me to be direct, to be objective, you know. But when you talk about my feelings, for example, I confess for me it's very difficult because like 2 or 3 months ago, my uncle stayed very sick, and she's necessary to intern, and before it's discovered necessary to do a surgery. After the surgery, was it was discovered a cancer, you know. And this time it's very different because it's different because we need with a suck, difficult suck. My uncle is a little oldish, you know, but today it's too good. It was very important discovering this moment because it's the first stage, you know, and in the surgery we resolved the questions necessary for suggestions about chemotherapy. And today, my uncle is not so same 100%, but is very good. But in this time, when you think about I listen the notice, it's very difficult because I need to talk with my mother. My mother is stayed in a home for oldest persons because he's a sick too, you know. And
For elderly?
yes, and I said, well, how now I will talk with my mother about my uncle because my mother stayed very ugly in this moment because the doctor said for her she isn't again to wake up only to riding open only. Today, my mother used the I don't know this word in English. A moment, please.
Which word?
Wheelchair. Use it,
Wheelchair. Yeah,
wheelchair.
wheelchair. Yeah.
Yes, wheelchair. You know, and in these situations for me, it's more difficult. When you think about feelings, my always feelings and feelings about the person that I love, you know. For me, is this.
Yeah, and yeah, it's every single person has their own way, you know, to react. But I think there are profiles and profiles, you know.
Yes.
Diogo, do you think your profile it's more about solving problems alone, or you think you're a person who needs other people
Oh,
around yourself to solve?
oh, for me, I prefer always alone. Serious, because it's more easier to do the action, to do the position, have to watch or how to do that or that, you know. But for example, case my mother, when you discuss about my brothers, watch we will to do with my mother, what we will to do with my mother for your birthday, like next month, for example. It's very difficult because my brother, like I said, oh, I want this. My other brother, but I want this more this. And it's difficult because for me it's very easy to take the situation. Oh, we doing this deixe Y, you know, and that's it. They resolve the problem. But she almost never eats. I get it. Especially, especially when you talk about our family, my wife family, you know. And in my job, normally, I guess 95% I didn't get resolve my problem alone because always situations necessary help. For example, Philip help in department
You need you need
legal.
you need help from someone else.
Yes,
You
yes,
can't
but
do your own. Yeah, right?
yes, and sometimes a little
Yeah,
insignificant problem. But I need help. Philip in legal, Osvaldo in compliance, Lulian
yeah.
in
You
IT,
need
you know?
yeah. and you go
Exatamente.
crazy. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
exatamente.
Very good. Elurian, Diogo has answered he prefers being solo on solving problems. And how about yourself? You're a person who enjoys the same, like solving problems by your own, or you like more having other people around?
I prefer to have someone to help me. But I need to say in my routine, in my daily life, is I solve more alone. I'm the oldest daughter. All my life, I have this, I cannot say problem now, but this situation that I take all the responsibility for me. I'm worried about with my parents, with my family, with my professional life. I'm a kind of I need to find a way to solve the things, unless my life will not running, you know. So normally in my routine, I used to solve more alone, but something I'm trying to do and learn in therapy is to understand that I need to have someone. You know, it's okay if I have someone. Like for example, both of my sister and my brother, they are adults. You know, my sister is just 1 year younger than me. Why I'm taking all the responsibility of my family? No, why of course for all my life when I was a child, it was like that for me, like always it was me. So looks like I took this position about to be a problem solver, to be who will defend, you know, everything. I took this to myself, and it's hard to broke this when you're just doing this for all your life.
Yeah,
And
because people are expecting you to play that role.
yes, they are expecting, and I'm expecting too, you know. It's so. And when you try to change this is the problem, because the other side, since the challenge is on you, not in the other side, the other side will not understand your point. But
Yeah.
our relation is like that. Why you're changing, you know? And you need to, but this is not good for me, for you too, for us, you know? So I'm trying to have someone, you know, to help me, to explain my problems for the other one, why we can change that. But to take some time, right? It's not easy. But for my normal life, my daily life is I will solve alone, and maybe in some moments I can have someone to help me.
Yeah, very good to hear that. You know, I learn a lot when you people answer about yourself, and this is something I love doing, is to understand other people, and that's pretty much a teacher's role, you know? Like, to teach someone, you need to understand the other person before teaching, you know? And for you, Osvaldo, how does it work for you?
Well, Phil, I'm only child, and my parents are divorced. So I have a lot of roles to handle every single day. So for sure, I prefer to solve the main problems for me alone. I agree with Diogo. But of course, it's impossible to solve anything alone. I need to have someone to help me in some situations. Um, for example, when I'm talking about my career and personal stuffs, I need to solve alone. I think it's important, but uh, yeah, even in this situation, it's hard. For example, I'm gonna invest some money in my career, yeah, my career presentation and so on. And at the same time, I think, oh, I would buy something for my children with that money, you know. So it's so hard for me to uh, take actions, but uh, I need to do that aligned with my values. So I think I need to follow what my heart is telling me, talking to me, and at the same time I need to um, make a balance between my what I believe and another ones. So it's hard. I used to think that I'm a child, I'm a father, I'm a husband, I'm a stepfather, um, and I'm Oswald. You know, so of course I prefer to handle with the problems alone because I totally agree with Diogo. It's easier to take actions to plan ourselves to make next steps. So, but it's impossible to solve all of them.
Yeah, and you mentioned something really important to me, that you're an only child. I'm also an only child. But in my situation, I hate solving problems on my own. Like, not on my own, but just like I like to solve problems my own, but I like to have other people around, sharing or exchanging ideas or working on that. So again, collaboration, as we mentioned in the community, is also important to my life. So it's part of everything we do here. It's if you picture this, it's like my own personality in a lot of situations. And of course, I created all of this, and it came from my mind and browsing other things and other ideas to start this. So it's like that. There's no way to run. You need to understand yourself first in order to start doing or solving your problem or other people's problems. And we are at the end of this meeting, and I want to ask last question. That's just one person. Okay, so be ready to listen and open the microphone. Okay. What was the biggest problem you have ever solved?
Well, I can go.
Just go ahead.
When I decided to cut tie with my marriage, it was hard. I've searched a lot of therapists. I had 4 or 5 therapists along this journey. Because I remember I felt like I lost a part of my body by the time. And I had no idea why. And after some time, I realized that it's about the pain to be away from my children. It's hard for me to understand that situation. Um, but it was necessary. Nowadays, I know I did the best decision ever about the situation because my children can live in a peaceful place, and I can live um, uh, with happiness, and I can be myself nowadays. And of course, I'm sure that the decision was good for my ex-wife as well. I think, Summer, that's it.
Very good. Very good. So we have a lot of goals this week, a lot of problems to solve. And I wish all of us, especially for the 6 a.m. immersions, that we I believe we need to be aware of our role and to start the day as we are starting with some clear in mind. Oh, I want to achieve this, I want to achieve that. And I like the Monday sessions because it's a new week, it's a fresh new week that we can accomplish and achieve other things. Okay, I'm gonna get the chance that Ludian is with her camera working for a second. I'm gonna take a screenshot for just to post there in our WhatsApp group. Okay, so let's go. 3, 2, 1, and cheers. Very good. So for everyone here, thank you so much. I'm gonna start using more like, instead of writing in Portuguese in the group, I'm gonna just use only English from now on. So if you want to answer some of my questions in there in English, I would appreciate a lot. And I guess this is another chance for us to improve our writing, our skills, and related to English. Okay. So Lurian, Osvaldo, Diogo, thank you so much. See you tomorrow, same time.